Hey everybody, this is Wraith Gaming coming to you. Yeah, again on test server. I think 7.7, at least I could be wrong on that one. Before I begin on everything, yeah, you are seeing HARPY. Big Sonic, I have something to discuss with you, since this video is definitely for you to, for your eyes as well. You don't always see me on test server because I won't be doing test server on my iPad Pro 11 2021 third generation because it's a new, and I don't want to plague it with bugs, viruses, glitches, and anything else that comes from test server. It's a new iPad, and I'm not taking any chances on it. So to all my viewers, including you, Pixonic, if you want to see test server videos, it'll be on my iPhone, which is what you're watching right now. Yes, this is my iPhone, which I do have the same features. 60 frames per second, high performance on both devices. But since like I said, I don't trust test server enough to be able to do anything on my iPad like that, so it'll be on my iPhone only. Until you learn how to fix the bugs, the glitches, and everything else that's wrong with test server sometimes, I'm only going to do it on my phone. With all that being said, I will say right now, I like what you're showing here, HARPY. I've seen it in videos. Pretty cool. Let's see here. You can pause the screen if you want to read up on this. I might just do that myself later on. And the second of the two new robots, SIREN, which nobody has even shown on their videos very much yet. Pretty cool. These are twins. They don't look like they're very twins to me, but oh well. You can pause the screen if you want to read up on this. Trying to see. Oh, here's the new module. Repair amplifier. That actually looks pretty cool. Let's read up on the details here. You can pause the screen if you want to read up on it. You know, Pixonic, I can so see this module on Wayland and being a total powerhouse, making Wayland and other healer robots into true powerhouses. That seems almost scary. I know one thing, I really want to try this on my own Wayland. Whether I see it in videos or not, I don't care. I just want to try it out for myself on my Wayland. One of my favorite robots. Speaking of which, maybe I should try that in test server. Let's see that here. Oh. Pair amplifier on. I wanted to take a look at something here. Ah, the new tier system. I see. The orange, which I'm going to prefer to call gold tier, is on the new robots. Wow. A purple tier on Cerberus. The tier 1, gray one, on the much older robots. I see. I can see where you're going with this, Pixonic. It's showcasing which is the older and robots that don't have any modules on them versus robots that may have at least one or two, possibly more, modules on them. In slightly better class, T2. A Fury with purple tier. Huh. On a much older robot too. Why would you put Ao Kin on a tier 2? That's strange. No. Griffin deserves to be on at least the purple one. Maybe an older robot, but he's the king of the skies, for crying out loud. Yes, I said it, king of the skies. Believe me, just check out my video, Honoring Robots, episode 10. Yes, Pixonic, I have a series called Honoring Robots. Maybe I'll put, I'll put the link in the description below to that playlist. Interesting. Raijin deserves a gold tier. I'm sorry. That thing is just a true. Yeah. Fusion. That's something I need to. I want to. Gee, wait. This. Any Titans going to be changed? Oh my gosh. Well, that's a real slap in the face on the poor kid. Titan kid, I mean, seriously, a tier 2? Seriously? He came out at the same time as Arthur and Ao Ming. Wow. I can see where I'm sure one day Arthur and Ao Ming will be on tier 2 one day. That's just a slap in the face, as far as I'm concerned. The kid is better than that. Or at least he's pretty. The robot's pretty fun to use. The new drone. You can pause the screen to read up on it. Even the coloration on some of this is different. Yeah, this is a big thing as always. As you may have noticed, I got a Wayland using those healing amplifier modules. But I ended up on the worst map for the setup I put it as. Sound-based weapons with a 200-meter range on a Wayland on a sniper map. Yeah. Definitely bad timing on this part. Team deathmatch, no less. It's even worse. I got lucky with this Ares. He was being a little too arrogant, a little too cocky. Just because you're in an Ares doesn't make you invincible. I got one thing to say to you, Pixonic, when it comes to this robot, Fujin. Whether it's in Champion League, or it's in Diamond League, or Gold League, or even Private League, this robot's built-in energy shield, you should change it to Aegis. Why? Because no matter what league it's in, the game has changed. How many robots, or how many players even use Ansile Shield, much less robots with an Ansile Shield? Seriously. I would like to see a poll on how many people even use Ansile Shield on those robots. I need to put that Aegis on Fujin. And by the way, this robot, SIREN, you know its built-in weapon, the button for its built-in weapon Here's an idea. Make its built-in weapon seeable. In other words, instead of having SIREN's built-in weapon button and the other one's built-in weapon button the same color as the weapons buttons, make the built-in weapon button red. That way you players will know it's the built-in weapon. It's kind of like watching a cartoon or a movie where someone goes off and says, never hit the red button, or else all else will go boom. Well, that's basically what the built-in weapon should be on these robots. If you're going to have it on the same circle where all the other built-in weapon buttons are, make it red, or I don't know, blue or orange, or any color other than the same color that the built-in weapons, other than the regular weapon buttons look like. The regular weapons look like blue, a light blue or white, right? Well, turn the built-in weapon button and make it a reddish color, a dark reddish color, or an orange color. Kind of be funny to actually have it as red. That way it would say, people can actually say, don't hit that red button. You know what I'm going with this joke. You hit the red button, all will go boom. It'll spell disaster for the entire world. Well, that's what it should be, you know? Anyway, that's my idea. Make it a reddish color, orange color, gold color. Just don't make it the same color as the regular weapons. I'm talking about the line and the squiggly design on the button itself, like the regular weapons. If it's a built-in weapon, it should have a different color, even though it has the same line and squiggly or whatever design on the button. Make it a different color. That way people know what it's for. It doesn't have to necessarily be the same red color as the middle button. Be a different color, you know? That way people will know. This is what you need to press for this built-in weapon on SIREN and on the other robot. It's just an idea, right? Anyway, enjoy the rest of the video. Oh, I almost forgot to say, the reason why the volume on the battles is so low is because when I'm editing, I can barely hear myself talking while the battle is going on. That's the only reason why the volume on both are so low, because I can only go to a certain point when it comes to the volume being up when hearing myself talk in the video, and hearing it underneath all the weapons and whatever going on in the battle. Sorry. In this particular part of this video, I just wanted to show you something. You see the squiggly lines that are the regular buttons, right? And then you have the button that doesn't have anything. Well, as you know, but many of you players don't, I guess, is that button is for the robot's hidden weapon. What I was trying to say in an earlier battle is, instead of making this particular button the same color as the regular weapon's buttons, which is white or light blue, whichever color it is you chose, or even silver, I don't know. Why not make that button a different colors? That way it stands out, because the reason why I say this is because new players that play this game and they see this robot, they're not going to know where the ability weapon, where the special ability built-in weapon is. I think it's when you go over there. You know, the only time, but they're still not going to see it. I know I didn't. When I started battling, I completely forgot that when I was watching other videos, that is where it's at. Why not make it a different color from the others to have it stand out and showcase to everybody what weapon it is? It's not exactly regular weapon, it's the robot's built-in weapon, right? Why not make it a different color? That way players know, whether they're experts or they're just beginners getting to know this game. That way it sets apart the difference. So there's a different design on it, but I still had a hard time seeing it in the thick of battle, and when I first got into battle, it completely slipped my mind in knowing that button was for the built-in weapon. If it was a different color, I think I would have remembered right away. Whether it be red, orange, yellow, any color that's not the same color as the other buttons. You get what I'm saying? But beyond that, all I gotta say is, when it comes to this robot and the other one, they seem pretty fun. But I'm not gonna bore my viewers with all this. I just wanted to do this to get you to hear what I gotta say, because apparently my apps I'm using on my phone make it hard for people to hear, or at least I'm having a hard time hearing myself talk in these videos, right? But yeah, use a different color on this weapon. These two new robots' built-in weapons. Create a different color for that button. That's all I gotta say. As far as I'm concerned, both robots seem pretty cool or pretty awesome. When it comes to the connection you see, well, I honestly don't know if it's, I think it might be the game having connection issues. But yeah, that's all I gotta say about this. I'm just gonna showcase the test server to all my viewers. But when it comes to HARPY and SIREN, they look pretty cool. I like the weapon. I love the graphic effects to both their built-in weapons. I just think that those buttons, that in order to press them, need to be a different color, so that way I can know which one to press, because they all look the same even though you got a different design on it. It's got a missile-like picture, but in the thick of battle, I don't recognize pictures right away. I recognize colors, you know? That's the first thing that pops in my head when I'm in the thick of battle on this game. The colors is what gets my attention first and foremost. I'm not sure what it's like for everybody else, but anyway. Here's another thing. Fujin. It's ability. The energy shield needs to be Aegis. Why? The account I have on my phone is in Gold League, and when I was in the lower leagues, what Fujin I did see made it decently tough, but you also see Aegis energy shields, you know? Honestly, I think you'd be better off putting an Aegis shield on this thing. That way, the lower leagues are not the only ones that get to enjoy this, because, I mean, seriously, how often do players even use Fujin except for in the lower leagues? Or even, no, how often do players even use Ancile shields? That's what I'm really trying to say, sorry. Ancile shields, you hardly ever see them anywhere, you know? Especially with all the energy type weapons out there in this game. Seriously, the weapons I have on it, they're maybe missile type, but still, they're also energy type. And don't forget Shield Breaker. I mean, with all the energy weapons in this game, I mean, how many energy weapons do you even have compared to kinetic and splash damage? Seriously. Have you ever really counted how many kinetic type weapons and how many splash damage type weapons you actually have in the game compared to energy based? It kind of feels like you have 2/3 more energy based weapons than you do kinetic or energy based. I mean splash damage, excuse me. Ancile shields are just a thing, as far as I can tell, they're starting to feel more like a thing of the past. And the last thing I will say is this module. I haven't really seen it fully in action, but then again, I'm having a hard time using my Wayland right now. Let's change this module. I like the color scheme on these tiers. I think you chose some of them a little wrong. Let's just keep that right there. One final thought, Pixonic. This repair amplifier, it's kind of hard, it's pretty hard to understand. Yeah, it amplifies healing, but does it work on just modules, or does it work on healing robots too, or drones, or what? You know? Anyway, kind of seems like it didn't work for me, but what do I know? See you in the next video, everybody. Thanks.